Good afternoon. My name is David Lane. I'm with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is February 13th, 2017, and we're about to perform a video inspection of the main line of 823 East 48th Avenue here in Spokane, Washington. What we're looking at right now is the city sewer. Something of note is this line is a shared line with the house directly west, and that house's address is 817 West, 817 East 40th Avenue. This line's about 98 feet long. I was called out because of a backup. Pulled out a large amount of roots with a 2-inch cutting blade, and talked to the owner of the house, and recommended that we go back in either with a camera or some more cabling. She picked the camera, and then we found out we did need some more cabling as well. After looking at the pipe and seeing that I could fit in a bigger cutting blade, I actually went with a 4-inch cutting blade because this line goes from 4-inch to 6-inch, and root intrusions were mainly in the 6-inch pipe. The 6-inch pipe is going to be from the city sewer to the property line, and then it's going to go to 4-inch, and it's going to be 4-inch from the property line back to the house. There was large root intrusions in the 6-inch between the city sewer and the property line. I just spent the last hour working on them with the 4-inch cutting blade. You're going to see a lot of debris and a little bit of roots still hanging on, but for the most part, the 4-inch blade did a heck of a job. So I'm going to start pulling back. You're going to always be able to tell where the bottom of the screen is by where my light is, and also by where the water's flowing, of course. Alright, starting to pull back now. You can see bits of debris still hanging on there. That's what you call this hub, and the homeowner, it goes city sewer, hub, main line. The hub is just, a foot or two long, and the homeowner is responsible for everything from the hub back. It looks like the main line and the hub got a bit of an offset. Now, over time, the ground settles and the joints become offset. What we're looking at here is a 6-inch clay tile pipe. The most problematic areas for clay tile are the joints. Like I said, we're pulling a bit of roots there with the camera. But like I said, over time, the ground settles. You can see how the joint offsets there. When you see that ledge, that means just, over time, the ground is settled, and one pipe has either raised up or dropped lower than its cousin next to it. Now you can see the root intrusions that we're going through here. They were almost fully across the pipe. We had probably about an 85 to 95% coverage of the pipe. That 4-inch cutting blade did just a real marvelous job. Again, you can see that root intrusion where that one was a pretty large one. Again, this is a 6-inch pipe. This is a much larger pipe. And here we're going through some debris. This guy is, yeah. That's just a chunk of root with normal water usage that should just flow out. My blade cut that off. Continue to pull back here. That's what I was meaning when we were going to see a lot of debris in the line. We got a little bit of condensation on the camera lens there. Sorry about that. Continue to pull back here. You see that root intrusion. We knocked that one out. There we go. Got it cleaned off a little bit. But as you can see, the roots just like to grow right in where those joints are at. There's another root intrusion. Again, that thing was covering most of the pipe. After extensive cabling, we were able to knock out most of it. You can see the size of that guy right there. It's a little bit thicker. Again, that condensation just coming through. You can see right here, this joint is not only offset, but it seems to be separated as well. You can see a little bit of earth coming through there. Over time, that's going to be causing a problem. You can see the little bit of water pooling there. When a joint offsets and the stair steps up, water begins to pool, and then, anything that prevents the flow of water absolutely is going to prevent the flow of solids, toilet paper, and solid waste. And over time, those things just build up and cause what we call a sludge blockage. Continue to pull back here. There's another pretty... When you see the camera go back and forth like that, I'm trying to splash water on the end of it, so the condensation will be removed. Again, there's another joint where it seems to be separated and offset some. Again, those can be problematic moving ahead in the future. Continue to pull back. There's another pretty large root intrusion that got knocked out. Just one moment. I'm going to have the homeowner flush, or the tenant. The flush is coming. Sorry about that, folks. Bear with me. Just want to get a little bit of a closer look at this joint. We're about 73 feet from the from the clean out that we're working out of here in the basement. There's the water. There we go. So you can see some root still hanging on there. That's after extensive cabling. Things still hanging on. So what I would propose is, in the future, next time I would propose we come in with what we call our commercial jetter. It shoots water pressure into the pipe, scours the pipe. I think that I would absolutely recommend that next time, as far as moving forward, because I fit the biggest cutting blade possible down this pipe, and they did a heck of a job. That guy's hanging on, and he's up there in the corner where the blade, it's harder for the blade to get to. Continue to pull back here, and here's where we transition from 6 to 4 inch tile. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye out for where that other line ties in. I was unable to locate that as of this far. That's a piece of root that got cut. That's a huge piece of root that's just sitting in the pipe. That thing will be washed out with normal water usage. When the washer dumps, a high volume of water will push that right to the city sewer. But I mean, you can tell just by the guys that are left hanging on. I pulled out probably about a half of a 5-gallon bucket full of roots. Moving forward, excuse me, trying to clean that camera off. Yeah, this 4 inch looks sweet. You can see as I pull back, as you watch the walls of the pipe, you'll be able to see where my blade was just scouring the pipe. Continuing to pull back here. These joints look pretty good. They don't look anything like some of those 6-inch pipes, or 6-inch joints, excuse me. Going through a bit of a transition. Oh, I thought that might have been where 817 ties in. Continuing to pull back here. We're about 41 feet from the clean out. There's a, excuse me, hold on just one moment. This is a pretty large separation and offset. I'm trying to tell if this is where 823 ties into 817. It absolutely could be. Bear with me just one moment, folks. We definitely go through a transition there. That is, my camera lens is 1.5 inches thick, and you can see where the roots were growing through there, and that's earth right there. A little bit of cause for concern there. Over time, that's going to just continue to offset. Roots are going to grow in there, and we're transitioning for sure. That absolutely could be where the lines tie in. I'm going to continue to pull back. There's another separation at that joint. Continuing to pull back here. Like I said, this 4-inch looks real nice, real clean. Continue to pull back here. We got a bit of a belly here. Now what happens over time is a line loses grade. We want a 1/4 inch drop per linear foot. Over time, a line loses grade and water flow is obstructed, and then it pools up. And again, the problems with that is just the prevention of solids, toilet paper, and solid waste making it to the city sewer. It can build up, and over time, off to your right, a line ties in there. So we're about 26 feet from the city sewer, but it ties in right to the top of this pipe. I don't think that that is the I don't think that that is 817. That's just another line. We're actually in cast iron right now. Cast iron stubs out from the house 3 to 5 feet. And goes, everything inside the house is cast iron. At least that's the norm. Sometimes it's not always the case. Continue to pull back here. Passing 20 feet right now from the clean out downstairs. As you can tell, this whole 4-inch line is just cleaned up to the T. Cleaned up to a T, done very nicely. We like to do good work here at Bulldog. Continue to pull back. About 6 feet from the clean out right now. Should be coming up the clean out here shortly. And this is the clean out we're working out of here. Again, my name is David Lane. Today's date is February 13, 2017, and this will conclude your video inspection of the main line of 823 East 40th Avenue that is shared with 817 East 40th Avenue. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rooter.